Oh no.
We're late.
Good morning. We're late. We're late.
We're late. We're late. We just noticed we're fussing about going, oh geez, okay.
Only 1 minute ago. We
Yeah.
had 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. The time flew by, didn't
It
it?
really did.
Yep.
Good morning, Dorothy. Thank you very much. We are very
Yeah.
bright and cheery, actually. We kind of got here this morning feeling pretty darn good.
Pretty good.
The sunshine is out
The
again.
sun is shining.
Yes.
And my husband is gonna get grilling stuff, so we're gonna barbecue tonight for dinner. So
oh, nice.
that's kind of nice.
Well,
yeah.
that's actually nothing new for him, but
Nothing
it's pretty
new
nice
for
to
him.
look forward to, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. It's just so nice, and being the last day of September to have this beautiful weather out there
It's
is
lovely.
just an added bonus.
Marcia is here. Good morning. Tammy Thompson is here. Hi. I'm home since I went shopping at 7. Carol Reed from Michigan, and thank God you missed the hurricane. Louise Fossa, happy Friday. Let's see who else is here. I got to get you all.
It's
Margaret
jumping.
Biggs Melanson. Good afternoon to you too.
Pat.
Hello, Pat Henke. I saw your finishing studio today. That was really lovely.
Yes, she's got quite a nice studio,
I'll
Pat.
say.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Yeah, lucky room.
And also,
Yeah.
you made it really nice.
Absolutely.
We're both very jealous.
Yes.
Jean Morrison from cloudy Atlanta. Okay, sounds good.
Exactly. Scroll up because I think it jumped there a little bit.
Yes, it's constantly jumping.
It
and
is jumping.
We can't stop it.
There. Can we order printed patterns yet today? Yes.
Yes, we will be. You will be able to order until midnight tonight. I've sent out an email, and then I had to send out another one because I said December 30th, and then I said today, and it was yesterday, and oh my God. So yes, today is our last day. It's the end of September, and it's the end of September at midnight today. So that is, until then, you can buy all the printed patterns you want.
Absolutely.
Hello, Wanda. It's good to see you too. I hope your job is happy, that you're a happy girl with your new job. And Jean Morrison, good morning from cloudy Atlanta. And the sun is shining on the East Coast. Phew.
Oh.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
It's terrible. We, honestly, both of us have watched, I certainly have
definitely.
watched these devastating remains of the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we're very sad to hear that there were deaths, but it's more the destruction. The immense destruction.
Yeah.
I can hardly get my head around it. The amount of area that was covered by this slow-moving thing, this monster. Honestly, I don't. It's scary.
It is almost scary. Sorry, I'm going to put that
Yeah,
right
of course.
behind us now.
That's lovely. So our hearts go with you. And I did check with, I think Jennifer
Nardello?
Nardello is there in Florida, and she's fine apparently, which was good to see. Marty from Lake Placid, New York, also good. Oh yes, the third of the peak colors, wonderful. Diane Zamudio, hello from Killeen, Texas.
Texas,
You're fine too, it looks like. Good morning from Lake Placid to Marty. Good to see you. Good, you guys are all fine. Good morning, Thea and Lisa. It's a sad day to me. Last day for printed patterns. Well, I'm so sorry that you were feeling sad. To tell you the truth, I was sad thinking about doing it, Tricia, but I must say, I'm starting to have a kind of a feeling of relief too.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
we've done this for almost 26 years now.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
And is it 26 years? Just now 25. 25 and a little bit.
25 and almost a half.
Yeah, and that may not seem like a lot when you say, oh, it's 25 years, but for us, every single one of those years, we printed and had patterns, and, we started, that's how we started, with just patterns. So there is a little bit of sadness in that it's time to move on, but, I mean, our wonderful PDF patterns, I'm so grateful that they're still available, and that tomorrow anybody can still buy our patterns.
Absolutely.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, PDF will still be available after today.
Yeah. And Renee says, good morning. Pat Henke says, I had a toilet overflow last Friday.
Damaged rug and floor, no furniture. Well, thank goodness it didn't damage the furniture.
Or you.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're still there. Which is
absolutely.
Good. Kathy Bird is here. Cool and windy. Ian is 3 states south, but we're feeling the effects. Oh, you are now starting to feel the effects.
Of Ian, which is coming up from
that's the
Florida.
Big one. That's the big one. Oh my goodness, Kathy, I hope you take very good care. And I also understand it's now down to less than a hurricane. But
it's classified as a tropical storm now, is it?
I'm honestly not sure. It's difficult to kind of piece together because minute by minute the path changes, right? It could go any which way.
Can't make up his mind.
And when it goes over the ocean, apparently it gathers up steam and gets faster.
And
then over land, it slows down, but not by much. I mean, it's still like...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think at its worst, it was like 150 miles per hour. And
wow.
I mean, when it gets up to 90 kilometers an hour here,
it's pretty
horrible.
Yeah.
Marsha Buckingham, hello. I've already said that to you, but now I'm suddenly at the very top of everything.
Absolutely.
Did I miss Susan Williamson Randall? I think I did. Good morning. You're in stormy North Carolina. We're ready. Sun stuck in Florida, but we'll make its way home. Good news.
Good. Yeah.
I'm glad that he's okay. Stuck is better than, having any injuries or anything. Aw, thanks, Dorothy. Norma says, been out getting the garden ready for the winter months to come, but it's time for a break. It is cool here in, here it goes again. Too cool here in upstate New York, but cool. Okay. Yeah. So send some sunshine and warmth our way, please.
Yeah.
We will. There's some beautiful sunshine out here. And, when I was sitting there yesterday looking at the sunset and the beautiful sky and everything, I thought, I am so lucky.
You are. You got a view of the sunset.
But just being here, living here, don't you feel lucky?
Absolutely.
Compared to so many places we could be, somehow we are here. And I have to say, I thank my mom and dad.
Sorry, you guys snuck up on me.
I thank my mom and dad.
Excuse me again. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Wow.
It's okay to sneeze, Nobody minds. I thank my mom and dad for immigrating here from Amsterdam back in 1957. We both had to come, my brother and I, of course, and being able to come here, I had no idea what a boon and what a joy it is to live in Canada, and especially around Victoria. Honestly, it's lovely here. And it can get really rainy too, it's not like always beautiful. Okay, I think I have to go back. There we go. So Kathy, take care of yourself, please. Norma says, yes, it's cool. Vicky Fisher, hello. In El Paso. I wonder what it's like there. I guess you wouldn't have had very much wind there.
No, probably pretty warm still.
Yeah. And Pat is happy with her PDFs too. Thank you. Lynn Burton just got connected. Hello, Good. Lynn. I'm so glad to see what you have been doing. It's wonderful. Marley. Hola.
Hola, Marley.
And did you get the tropical storm too,
yeah.
Marley? Did the storm come to Brazil?
She might be too far south.
Yes, but I mean, it had to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know where it starts. Keep on working at it, Pat. You're right on your way. Nora added, and do let us know. Every time you finish something, even if it's a part of something, just post a picture. And then we can say, oh, you're wonderful. Oh, you're great. Yeah. And we can cheer you on. Nora says, my son just called from Virginia. They are releasing people from Langley AFB.
Air Force Base.
Oh, okay, sorry. It's raining there now. Oh, good. Well, I guess they're going to be taking off. Hopefully he will be fine along with everyone else. Good morning, Brenda Lichthayer. I like your little threads and spool there.
Spool? Yeah,
really cute. Marty, hurrah, hurrah. It will be, absolutely.
Yeah.
We did manage to send some out this week.
I did send some out this week, absolutely. Yeah.
Amy Gilly says, good morning on the last day of the fiscal year. I didn't know it is it?
It could be for Amy in her business.
Oh, I bet it is. Janet says, good morning from sunny and cool northern Ontario. Susan starts on the African coast. Oh, sorry. The storm started on the African coast and makes its way across the Atlantic. Yes, but does it dip down over Brazil? Yeah. I mean, it's possible. Probably not. It's too far south. Anyway, it is very, very scary when you see a storm that huge. I've never seen anything that big or that destructive, and I think that a lot of people in Florida and along the Charleston and Myrtle Beach and my Savannah, I love my Savannah, and it's also got some wind, but it's not in its direct path, I understand, but it's going to be. Like those places have these beautiful live oaks with all the moss hanging. Can you believe? Oh, no, I don't even want to think about it. I suppose it's going to be kind of tough to find out what happened because I'm not sure if the storm has landed yet. It's moving so slow.
It's moving so slow. But you have to think those live oaks have been there for centuries.
Yes,
so they
but
have
they've
weather.
never had a hurricane this big.
Well, that's true.
And what about all the moss? That's going to get ripped off.
But it grows back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the moss. Oh, that's good. Resting today. Good for you, Pat. Actually, that's something that, we should be doing tomorrow, is doing a little, like a day of rest. Or at least
day of rest.
You've been working like a little work machine.
Yeah, and it's not done yet. So, yes, tomorrow, a little bit of rest.
I feel really proud because what we have done is we've almost put all the ingredients together for our hundreds and hundreds of grab bags. And I did a number of them myself. I was really proud.
Yeah.
And you've done some beads, and we had Lexa doing some of the silk threads that are going in. So I think by next week we should be almost, and I mean almost, ready to start assembling them so we can start sending them out. I have to apologize, but honestly, we had no idea
that they would take off, sell so many in such a short time.
Yes, because we didn't look all the time. We just thought, okay, we'll just put it out there, and then look at 2 o'clock, and oh my goodness, look at what's happening here. So we ended up stopping it, I think, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon that day. And I hadn't put it up until 11.
Yeah.
So in 3 hours, we sold hundreds and hundreds. And it's fine to sell them.
Yeah.
It's just now we need to ship them. We had to put them together and ship them. So it's taking a little while, but you'll get it. Maybe by October 31st for Halloween.
Well, yes. Hopefully before then. I'm going to be busy, I think, all next week. So, rest, I think, tomorrow and Sunday would...
It's a good idea because we really will be working next week. And I say we because I think I'll be involved a little bit too, as long as I can with my foot.
Yep.
Speaking of my foot, it's working.
It's working?
Yeah. I'm able to walk. The doctor said I was able to walk on my heel. But I had to wear the boot when I walked on my heel. Of course, I don't listen to him all the time.
And you were doing that beforehand?
I think I was walking on my heel already for a couple of weeks before he said that. But I didn't say anything to him.
Yeah.
These surgeons, they have they're so protective of that one area they worked on. And they don't understand that we have a life other than that, foot. So anyway, whether he understands or not, I don't think that he cares much. All I remember him saying was, well, I told you before, it's going to take a long time.
Some doctors have no bedside manner whatsoever. They're not known for their empathy.
And I think a surgeon has to kind of have that mentality.
Absolutely.
Where they're literally working in a method where they just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. And so they're looking at you like a part. You are, you're not a whole
You're
person.
just another part.
Not that he isn't a gentle, probably a nice person.
Absolutely.
But for me, I didn't get anything else out of him than, I told you it was going to take a long time.
Yeah, scolding and treated like a child.
But I definitely didn't say anything about what I'd been doing. He just said, it's healing well. Good for you. And that's what he said. So, I'm just going to go, whatever I've done.
I'm not telling you anything.
No. Certainly not going to. I did mention it. I said, well, I might have been on my feet already a little bit. What do you expect? You think I'm going to put that boot on overnight? Are you kidding? Anyway, you can tell that his attitude did not impress me very much. Okay, there it was, Pat Henke. I had my ranch. I used to live in Charleston years ago. I love that area of the U.S. It's so full of history, etc. Of course, it has some bad history also, and it may not be attractive to other people necessarily because I know the history isn't pleasant sometimes, but the area and the architecture and just the general ambiance, if there's nothing else that came out of this whole area of the world, the pleasure of being there totally overshadows some of the not so nice parts of that area. Margaret says, it's a holiday here, a new holiday for truth and reconciliation. Oh, you are in Nova Scotia. It's kind of a holiday here, Margaret, but only for
government employees.
Government workers, that's it. No one else is taking this as a holiday. And the thing is, we already have, in Canada, I don't know how many stat holidays we have.
I think
there's a lot.
There's a lot, 12 or so. Yeah.
So anyway, I don't think it's a national holiday yet. It's just a holiday for government workers, which I'm not so sure why that is the case. And I assume that what they want is for it to become a stat. But so far, I don't think it is.
Yeah, it's not a stat for everybody.
Oh,
if you're a federal employee or a provincial employee, then you get the holiday.
The word stat just means statutory holiday. Just for those of you who don't know what stat means for us. Marty says, unfortunately, I think storms in the future are going to be severely destructive as the norm. Yep, I agree. These are the results. I'm also seeing how they're trying to save Venice, for instance. I saw that on a Nova show today. I was just recorded it from this week. And honestly, they have to do an awful lot in order to preserve a place like Venice.
I bet. Yes, absolutely.
I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. That's for sure. But coming from Holland, where we have an amazing amount of engineering, just because it's actually all, about 3/4 of it is under sea level. Holland has had, and not just Holland, but all of the Netherlands, they have, that's what they're called, nether, in other words, below lands. And because of that, they have amazing technology now to help the rest of the world. And from what I understand, some of the things that the Dutch have come up with in order to stave off the ocean, one of the things they've said is we allow some flooding because you can't keep it all out.
Absolutely.
So they generally allow some flooding and then don't allow some other kind of flooding. And I'm not sure how that all works, but I mean, apparently they have had no major problems there since they got this new theory of, letting the sea have its way for a while in certain areas that are not populated. Because the hard thing is, everybody still wants to live on the ocean.
Yeah. Yes.
We live near the ocean.
Yeah. I think you're high enough up though that storm surge wouldn't reach you.
Here, no. But still, we love the ocean, and I can understand that. Hello, Ellen Meldrum. Nice that you're here, even if it's late. It does seem confusing today. There are still some working, and others are just enjoying a day off. Yep, that's pretty much it in Canada. Yeah, some people get the day off, but you don't.
No, I don't.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to be working my fingers to the bone.
Yep, that's right. So we've been chit-chatting away, and it is already 10 to 10. Can you believe it?
That it flies by so quickly.
All we were doing was just talking about today's events. Oh, one thing I did want to share with you, which I don't think is very important with regard to stitching, or maybe it is. I started watching Bonanza last night.
Oh.
What a riot. It is hilarious. It is the best ever because, of course, I'm of an age that I used to watch it when I was a kid.
Absolutely. No, I haven't watched that one. I do tune into MASH.
Yes, MASH is good.
MASH is always good. And for a while there, I was watching Andy Griffith.
Oh, I love that.
Exactly.
I love that.
But Barney started getting on my nerves. So
he does tend to do that. And I've got all of them now, all of the ones that I could find. And Perry Mason and Maverick and all those. I've got them recorded just once. I don't want to see them all constantly, but just to get it. So it was really fun. I'm doing a little bit of work yesterday on all those bags and watching those. It just brings me back.
Absolutely. I started watching a new show, and it's on a new channel I just discovered. It's called The Repair Shop.
Oh.
And it's an English show, and people bring in broken heirlooms, and they repair them. And it's quite fascinating, the work that they're doing. Like old teddy bears have been repaired. Last night, a woman brought in this garnet bracelet that has been passed down for 4 generations that was all crumbled. The guy made it look brand new again.
So is this a channel or is this one show?
It's a show on this one channel. And the channel is Makeful. I think the channel is called Makeful.
Never heard of it.
But the show is fabulous.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's another tidbit for you as you're stitching. These are really good recommendations while you're stitching. Tommy says she used to watch Bonanza and Ponderosa too.
Oh, yeah.
And did you follow the Downton Abbey series? Of course.
Of course, yes.
But I can't rewatch those. They're too close still. I like the ones that I have not seen forever in a day. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
I think that, was it Marty? Yeah, Marty said we need blessing cards for all those affected by these 2 storms in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Canada and the U.S. You're absolutely right. Those of you in Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, all in the eastern seaboard, really, up and down the eastern seaboard. You experience Fiona and now Ian. So this one is to keep in mind all those people who have been affected and who are still being affected.
Well, this one says, I love who I am. I love who I am becoming.
Well, the word love, I think, is the key. So we have to just remember them with love. That's the main thing. And then those of you who are watching this and who want to have this one for your very own angel card today, I love who I am. I love who I am becoming. Keep that one in your minds yourselves, even if you've not been affected by the storm. We have some models today.
We do.
We do.
Yeah.
Lynn Burton says the repair show is on primetime BBC here. Very popular. Yeah. Oh, and Ellen watches the repair shop too.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Well, I have to find out where it is because honestly, I only get some channels.
Well, you should get it. It's channel 104, so we'll have to look for it later on. Yeah,
I'll check, and if I do get it, then it would be like a regular channel. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so we have a number of models, some from last week. Yeah, because we really had so many sitting here, and it takes a while to show them off.
It does. Yeah.
And I think most of these have, in fact, almost all of them have to do with the gingerbread.
Yes.
Pretty
yeah.
theme.
They all are. Yeah.
Exactly. So the first one I want to show you is Gingerbread Hollow.
Absolutely.
This is kind of a cross-stitch version of our stitching house.
Yes.
Which isn't here, is it?
No. Stitching house was last week.
And we showed it last week because it is the first one that I ever made. It was most like the real gingerbread houses that I made with my kids when I was young, when they were young too. And this is in a cute little frame from Mill Hill, which I'm not sure if it's still available, but it really is cute. And they give you a little peg so you can stand it up, and it sits on your dresser or on your sideboard. Or in your hall table. It's really adorable, so you don't actually have to hang it up if you don't want to. But the frame has these cute little gingerbread men on it, and I thought, oh, what a perfect place to put this. So I actually made the design to fit this size frame. Yeah. Mill Hill still has other frames too, so
they do.
If you need, you don't have to take this one. They might have another one in your local.
I think they've got another winter one that has a snowman on it. And they've got a few other frames as well.
So this one's Gingerbread Hollow.
Yeah.
And I found that this is something that anyone can do rather than having to make the beautiful but very finishing intensive gingerbread village.
Yes.
Which, it does take time. I'm so glad that I have a finisher right here as my friend.
Yes. Yeah.
Because otherwise I don't think we would have made all of these wonderful pieces. So this is a kudos to Lisa.
Thank you.
For all the amazing finishing she put in. And of course, I did the design and the concepts, but not without help with those things as well. And every one of them I stitched, just so you know. Yeah, it's not like I, left it up to someone else to stitch. Let's see. Brenda says it is still available. Oh, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Brenda.
Gingerbread Hollow, yes, it is still available.
If it was a question, yes, it is still available, definitely. And it's available as a printed leaflet today. Yeah. Today only. It's kind of funny to say that, isn't it?
And maybe the frame. Is the frame still available?
Oh, that's probably
it. I believe so. Yeah, I think...
and she is saying it is still available.
Yeah.
There's no question mark there.
Yeah.
So she is already saying that it is. So this is good. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that I didn't get what you meant right away. And she did it last year. Margaret says, I like the frame idea. If someone had the talent, they could paint their own. Exactly.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, the frame too. Okay, gotcha. Lisa, are you planning on doing videos for finishing? Yeah. Yeah. But we'll see how that works out, Renee.
Yeah.
We already have. She actually has done a lot of finishing videos already. A little annoying because I keep asking dumb questions during these videos. And to prompt the next thing. But you could turn down the volume if you want. But we have some amazing videos, and they're on our YouTube channel. Just look for the finishing...
I think it says finishing...
I can't quite remember, but if you go to my the actual channel page on a laptop or a PC, or sorry, not a PC, on a regular computer, not on your phone or on your tablet, because that will have a different kind of configuration. Exactly. But there you will see all of the different, and there's a word for it, where they're all gathered together.
The menu.
All of the videos are gathered together, and so there's, at the bottom of the page, you will see all the finishing videos gathered together. And no, Brenda's fine. She did fine. Thank you very much for helping. Carol says, I enjoyed stitching the house. You know, I really enjoyed stitching everything too, but I have no real experience about the finishing. I think there is someone who's just posted who has done all of the houses.
Yes.
Including finishing.
And in a relatively short time.
Since what? April or something?
Something like that,
March or April?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, that took, I only did one a year, really.
Yeah. You did.
I mean, it took a lot to do one. I can't believe she did so many.
And the finishing is not a quick process either.
No. So I think she did an amazing job.
Yeah.
But I know many of you have done some, and it would be lovely to see them all pop up in our chat group. So if you're interested and you've got one and it comes out at Christmas time, don't forget to post a picture of your little village, even if it's only got a couple of little houses on it so far. And don't forget, you can get the printed leaflets still now.
Yes.
But you will otherwise always be able to get the PDFs, we hope.
Yeah.
Keep our fingers crossed, as long as I can pay for the website.
Absolutely.
Where they are being sold.
Yes.
Oh, are we doing mice now?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. They're so totally cute.
Okay, you're going to start with that?
Yes.
Yes.
These are our little gingerbread mice, and they actually are meant to go into the gingerbread village. They're populating the village. They're running around like crazy. Should have made a cat too, but anyway.
Yeah. Trying to hold it so
these
you can
are
see.
not 3 blind mice. They are just 3 gingerbread mice. Very cute.
Exactly, and eat the sides. Oh.
Yep, the sides and everything. And the little ears are made from
wool felt.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And what are they called?
What?
Just gingerbread mice?
Gingerbread mice.
There you go.
Yep.
Aw, Tricia says you've been an amazing team for all these years and are to be congratulated. Oh, thank you so much, Tricia. Very sweet of you and very complimentary. We are kind of not used to that kind of talk, so we start blushing and we kind of can't quite figure out how to look at you guys. Thank you.
I just, go with the flow, do it as it comes.
Yeah, you definitely have done that.
Yeah.
Margaret says, aren't they cute? They really are. They're actually quite adorable. And when you make them, they do fit together really well. Like the first one we made was terrible.
That's true.
A little crumpled up with a little pointy nose.
Yeah. It took a little bit to figure it out, but once you get the hang of it, they go together easily.
Yeah, you can make dozens of them. And they fit into a tree too, little trees.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I love.
This is one of my favorites.
That's one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a big favorite. I think that one
got
more attention than any other gingerbread thing that we've ever done. Could be because we did this at the very beginning.
Exactly. It's the gingerbread scissor keep. So the scissors go in here.
Yes.
Of course.
Too bad we don't have any scissors.
No, that's right. Yeah, or you can just use it as an ornament.
Mm-hmm.
And then the back just says Merry Christmas, and then it has the scissor charm
My
on
Christmas.
It. My Christmas?
Yeah, it says My Christmas
My Christmas scissors.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So you can use it when you're, when it's Christmas and
when you're Christmas, yeah. And it has gold and red.
Did you make that braid?
Yes.
Did you?
We did.
Did we?
Did
I help?
You did. You helped, all right.
It's very difficult to know, what I did and what she did because it sometimes overlaps quite a bit.
That's true.
There we go. I get to do this one.
Yeah.
These 2 little guys were so adorable in the tree. Every time I look at them, I think, are these real? Because they look kind of like real little
cookies.
Yeah, you did a great job on these 2. And what we
I
ended
like
up...
how the tassels turn into, the tassel of the hat.
Yeah. We ended up having a tassel at the point of the hat, but that's basically because it was perfect way to end off the cording that's holding them up. So there's a cute little girl and a cute little guy. Oh, we should put them this way around
Yeah,
because they're looking at
each other.
And these are called not gingerbread
Gingerbread
kids.
cookies.
They're cookies, exactly. It's funny. Sometimes you name them and you think, does that sound about right? Well, they do sound right, but when you're searching for these kinds of things, actually, if you're searching for anything gingerbread, just put in the word gingerbread and you'll get probably all of them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Most likely because the search feature for our customers on our website is really good. We have found, though, in the behind the scenes, because we have to...
From my point of view, it's not so easy.
It's terrible.
What I usually do is I go to the view of the customer and I search for it there, and then I find what it says, copy it, and put it in the search.
The exact right name.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because from the admin point of view, for some reason, they didn't make that very user-friendly. Yeah. They should have done what they did for you guys. Yeah. But in any case, it is nice to know that if you put the word gingerbread in, you'll get almost every gingerbread item that we have, because we've named the word gingerbread in the title.
Absolutely.
Is it possible to find the charms? Any ideas where to look? Susan, Randall, which charms are we talking about now?
And yes, it is possible to find the charms. I suggest going to Google.
Yes, that's a really good idea. I'm not sure which charm you were thinking of, the charms. It could be that you're looking for those scissor charms. Is that possible, the little brass scissor charms? I don't know if they're still making them anymore, but they were quite widely available for some time. Yeah. So look for brass charms and then scissors as a descriptor, because that should get you somewhere. You might even try Alibaba, or there's an easier one to buy from.
Amazon, search on Amazon.
Possible.
eBay. Etsy.
Yeah, and you do need to put the word brass charms in there. I mean, you can maybe get them in silver as well, but as soon as you put the word brass in there, then it'll lead you to either, sometimes they're in these great huge bead wholesalers and retailers, so you might find them. What's a good bead place?
There's Fire Mountain beads. There's Shipwreck beads.
Shipwreck's huge.
Shipwreck is huge.
So they may have them in stock there, and they're all online. You're welcome, Susan. Yes. Okay, it was the scissor charm that she was looking for. And those are really cute. I really love them. We don't have any left. They're all gone in the grab bags. But we only had like maybe 10.
I don't think we had a lot of them left.
No, but they are really adorable. You're absolutely right. Okay, we have one more model to show. Several more models.
We have a few models to show. Here, I'll move all the ones that we still need to show.
Okay, so this one was actually the most difficult one to show.
Yes.
Because it's going to fall apart the minute we open it up here.
You're going to, I'll open it.
Okay, but I want to show the whole thing first. I know you like opening it because, you made it. But all the scenes around the outside are also important. And once we open it, it'll be hard to see all those scenes. Also, the little flowers along the bottom of the tree, they're all done in different specialty stitches. So even though they look very similar, you can see that they are actually, let's see, there we go. Yep, you can see that one. And these ones are bullion knots. And these ones are, what are these?
Could be roses.
No.
Woven
roses. And these are silk ribbon roses. Yeah. So it's really cute to see. And I've shown you now all of the little scenes too, but the top part is all the same with the multicolored buttons. Yeah. So if you didn't have multicolored buttons, you could put other buttons on there, or beads, right? Yeah. Or anything that would decorate the Christmassy side. Okay, I'm ready now to show. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to undo this. And then we're going to put that down.
There we go. You can see the scissor case is in the lid, or no, it's not the lid, the side.
The side.
And that works really well. When you're laying it on a table, it works really well. And then inside you can see there is some little
thread rings.
Thank you. Floss rings. And a couple of little sewing things on the side. They're a little hard to tell.
It is, yeah. But they match. They're little elastics.
There's one there.
Yeah.
There, and then there's one on the other side. And there are those elastics. They're possibly not as useful if you're going to actually use this etui, but it is a really cute idea, just the same.
Don't tie it up yet, because
Nope.
it also has the pin cushion that goes with it as well.
And what's that called? It's not even a bisque cornu.
It's not a bisque cornu. I don't know. Flower pin cushion.
The main thing is it's gingerbread, and it looks a little bit like those old-fashioned felt.
It does, exactly.
No, the velvet ones that we used to get. I remember they were made in China, and they were so adorable. So I love what you've done to make it sort of into that shape.
Yeah, it's all pulled together. The pearl cotton pulls it together to make the shape.
The gingerbread tree was really a big, huge piece de resistance.
It was, yes.
And because it was so difficult to do all the lining, not difficult, but time-consuming.
Time-consuming.
It wasn't actually that difficult, but the time-consuming part of it was the fact that there was lining involved. So I think gradually we decided, yes, you guys can still line things, but you need to use the lining instructions from previous patterns, because then we started to not line things.
That's right, exactly.
This is one of the ones we didn't line.
One of the ones we didn't line.
You can see at the bottom how it's kind of finished in a, it's not haphazard.
It doesn't even have a bottom to it, but you don't need the bottom.
Well, I decided not to put the bottom on, mainly because then you could see what the construction was inside. Because this is all made of mat board.
Yeah.
Like, what do you call it?
4-ply mat board.
She calls it 4-ply, but it's from the framers.
Yeah.
And it's acid-free.
It's the regular thickness mat board.
Yeah.
That most framers use. Yeah.
Acid-free.
Yeah, acid-free.
Got to get that kind of mat board. That's most important. And the cool thing is that you can just cut each piece out and then use your glue, your Aleene's glue, and a good big brick, and make sure that you cover each piece, and then you can sew it together on the edges, because I've made, what do you call it?
Back stitches.
Not satin stitches and not running stitches, but back stitches and or just regular stitches. To make sure that you can stitch along each of the seams and just stitch them together like that, like a ladder stitch, right? Using those stitches. So everything is actually fairly simple to put together, just takes time.
Yes, this is everything.
That's right. This is called the
Candy Cane Cottage.
Candy Cane Cottage.
As you can tell with all the candy canes on it that are from white and red beads.
And what I love is all these different backgrounds to the windows. The hard-hanger windows, they are hard-hanger, even though they're tiny, tiny. There's still a little bit of hard-hanger with, of course, a little dove's eye in the middle of the top part of the windows. And lots of beads, candy cane beads with gingerbread men at the top. If, again, you can't find these in particular, because, of course, we had act packs for them before, if you can't find those beads, etc., don't forget, you can look for other beads, and especially buttons.
Absolutely.
Because the buttons are available, many buttons are available in Michael's, just available like as a retail store.
Absolutely, and now would be the time to get those Christmas buttons, because they do come in for a season.
Yeah, that's right, before the season, and then they get sold out right away. So grab them while you can.
Yeah.
Are you going to do that one next?
Yeah, because I kind of like the shape of this one. This is, let's see, find the right.
Where's the front door?
Okay.
I think this is the front door.
Oh, is that the front door?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, because it says bakery on it. So this, is, of course, is the Gingerbread Bakery.
Yep.
And it actually is done in, well, you got the main building part, and then you've got the little alcove here
That's the actual bakery part.
It's the actual bakery, and it's attached.
That's right. That was really tricky.
That was really tricky how to do that. But there's all the baked goods.
That's the store part, where people come in, you know, they get their bakery there, and there's a lady helping some people, and there at the front there you can see some more people being helped. And there is the actual bakery addition. This is the addition where the actual baking happens. The 2 ovens on either side. See the black things? Those are 2 ovens right there and there. And one of them has got their oven open, or maybe they both do. And they're putting stuff in and taking out a cake, I think, in that picture. And there's a back door which is very important. You have to have the bakery be able to open up because it gets very hot inside the bakery with
Exactly.
the ovens.
And I like how on this side you're showing the backs.
Yeah.
But if you turn around,
There's the fronts.
There's the front.
Works really well. And I love this part here, which I don't think you've shown yet, is this right in here. There.
Yes.
This is where, I think this is the cash register,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. You've got to have one of those too. Anyway, that was really fun. And the roof sections are just adorable as well. Notice we use those little gingerbread men a lot.
Yeah.
Does your Christmas tree have lining directions?
In the leaflet, yes, I believe
Pretty sure it does.
this one has lining directions. I think it has all the construction details to it.
Yes, and really,
Yeah.
and when you're doing the thing, it's very detailed. So it gives you really good step-by-step directions. And
Mhm.
do take your time to read them over first and then follow them step by step as you go. Because, I mean, that's basically how you finish them.
Absolutely. I don't think we've got videos for that one.
Not for that one.
No.
But we do have some finishing
Yeah.
videos for other gingerbread items. Like, do we have one for the bakery? No.
Don't think so. We might have one for that, but I'm not too sure.
I'm trying to think. We know we have one for the retreat
Yeah, maybe it's the retreat
Cottage.
cottage then.
and
And the flower shop?
flower shop. Yeah, I think we have those two. And it could be that we also, oh no, we do have them for this one.
Well, maybe we do. Okay.
We do have them
we
for
do.
this one
Okay.
because this was the
A
first one.
class.
Yes, this was the
Yeah.
first one when we actually did it as a class.
Mm-hmm.
And we did our first videos with
We
this,
must have. Yes. Okay.
which was quite a time ago.
Yeah.
So they might not be like,
Yeah.
top-notch videos
Top-notch.
now.
We might have been just learning how to do video.
But also, we didn't actually have really good video cameras, or
Mhm.
it was all in the very beginning of when people started to use video. And I thought, oh, maybe we'll jump on
Yeah,
that
we'll jump
bandwagon.
on that too.
Yeah. And then this is our last one.
Yeah, that's the last
Okay.
one. Carol has a question. You make finishing sound too simple. It is a lot of work to get the mat board the exact size. Yes, it is. I agree with that
It
one.
really is.
Yeah.
I think that doing the work with a
Rotary cutter.
rotary cutter and a mat, for quilt cutting, fabric cutting, and you have to use that one rotary cutter just for paper
Mhm.
so that you don't dull
Absolutely.
it up.
Yes.
And then you might have to get new blades
Yeah.
for that because it does tend to affect them.
Yeah.
But using that and a good ruler and leaning on it to
Yeah.
shave it off little by little
Exactly. And,
is
don't-
the
and
right way.
if it doesn't cut the first time, do it again. That I've cut pieces over and over and over and over again, just so I get the right shape.
And Carol made a good point, which is it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's difficult or complicated. It's just it just takes
Yeah,
time
takes
to
time.
do it again. Tricia says, are you taking a photocopy of your stitch design? I'm not quite sure what you mean by, oh, I see.
Yeah.
You could take a photocopy of your original design.
Yeah, I have done that. And you can use it to kind of do your basic line for cutting,
Mhm.
but it doesn't always work with photocopies.
I think using a photocopy of the design that you stitched
Mhm.
will be approximately
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
But it may not be exactly 100%. So my guess is that what you do is you take your stitched piece and you steam it and
Yeah.
make sure that it's pressed
Absolutely.
upside down on a set of towels so that it doesn't
Mhm.
wreck the beads, etc. And then you take that piece the best you can and make sure that it's either stretched on something with pins or just stretched out a little bit, and then measure it
Yeah,
from
with the
side to side.
absolutely with your clear plastic ruler.
Yeah.
And I usually measure the back side,
There you go.
not the front side.
Yeah, I was thinking that in my
Yeah.
head. It would be the back side. It
Yeah.
would be the easiest.
Yeah.
And then your cardboard or your mat board should be slightly inside
Yeah.
the stitching
back
around the
stitch.
outside.
Mhm.
The problem is that once you start stretching it, it'll stretch further.
Yeah.
So I think what you ended up doing was cutting almost exactly on the
on the
back
line,
stitched
on
lines.
the line, and then you can always trim a little bit more off.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually much easier if you
Yeah,
cut it a little
cut
big.
cut it larger than what you think you need, and then it's easier to trim a little bit at a time.
Yeah, exactly. Renee says, yep, we do have a 2009 Gingerbread Tree Tweed design.
Absolutely.
Yay. Carol says, one time when I was cutting the mat board, I slipped and cut my finger. Oh my goodness, I just have this terrible vision of you cutting it off.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Actually,
you have quite the scar.
I don't know if you can see the scar on my thumb. Probably not. Let's see, how would I do that? Probably can't see that.
Anyway, he said,
Oh, yeah, you can.
You also were cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've cut myself several times. Yeah.
So the fact is that you can cut your finger a little bit or a lot, and you're absolutely right. Things do slip. So there are ways that, you know, anybody who uses a cutting wheel and a board, they have to be careful no matter what. But those mats are kind of hard to cut because they're so thick.
Yeah.
Right? So at first you might want to cut just slightly farther away from everything. You could try to use scissors. It's also possible just to cut nearby.
Yeah. Usually what I do is if I'm using a paper template, I would trace around that, and then I would cut with paper scissors about 1/8 of an inch away from the line that I traced on there.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's easier to cut off the rest.
The edge.
But, you know, I usually start cutting, but I don't go all the way through the mat board. I make several passes.
That is good.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea, because otherwise you're really making, a lot of an effort.
Exactly. And if you're pushing too much, it's so much it would be easy to nick yourself.
And would also be easier to slip.
Yeah.
Because your other hand has to hold down that ruler.
Absolutely.
In order so that your wheel continues on along the ruler, right? So I think that you're absolutely right. It would be easy to slip. I love the idea of cutting a shallow groove first.
Absolutely.
And then another one, and then another one. And that way you don't have to press down so hard on either one.
Yeah.
Brilliant idea, Lisa. Thank you, Carol, for bringing that up. Because, we don't want people to get injured. Protective gloves. Quilters use all the time. Susan, thank you. I'm not a quilter, so I didn't know anything about that. But I guess they have protective gloves.
I've got quilting gloves that have looks like little suction cups on them, or little rough spots. I like the feel of my hands, so
But anyway, it's a thought.
It is a thought,
and having protective gloves would be a good idea if you're concerned. Yeah. And the other thing is, you're always going to keep the hand that's holding the ruler. You're going to want to have that one behind the wheel, not make sure that you don't have the wheel going into your hand.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Yes.
I know it sounds very elementary, but it makes sense to me. Also, Dorothy says an X-Acto knife works well to cut it, and then a rotary cut it to clean it up.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I loved my X-Acto cutter when I had one. Remember, if you cut your fingers and bleed, you can't sew.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marty.
Yeah.
There's no way you can sew. We have one more.
One more?
Lovely. I really like this one.
I really like it too.
This is the back. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the front.
It's the Gingerbread Needlework Shop.
Yes. It's got presents outside, as you can tell. It's Christmas at their needlework shop. And the letters go that way, so very good turning. They're having a class right there. In the back, as you can see, there's where they're, and the little lady in the red with Santa outfit, that's me. I'm teaching.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I wanted to be teaching. And you're there too, because there's a blonde girl there too.
Okay.
See, there you are, helping.
Helping.
And there is someone sitting at the till, because it's a shop, which is very adorable. And the outside of this particular building was really fun to stitch. But we decided to make it into an
actual line box. And I love the lid, and it actually just fits really nicely.
Here, I'll hold the bottom.
Take off the lid. There you go. It's completely lined on the inside.
Yes, beautifully lined, I must say. And you can see the lining doesn't go quite to the very top. And what did you use for lining? Did you use a 2-ply mat board? Or is this just... what can I say? They're individual pieces.
They're individual pieces. It could be 2-ply mat board.
So
I think it is actually 2-ply mat board. It doesn't look like
either
it's
that,
thicker.
or you can use the iron-on interfacing that's fairly heavy, right? The 2-ply. But if you look at each individual piece here has been backed. So in other words, this piece which is both front and back. So it's this piece, and the other side has been backed already by this fabric. So each individual piece was backed originally, and
Absolutely.
then they were sewn together.
Yeah.
Just so you know, they weren't done afterwards. And there's another charm, a bell, says Susan.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, I put a bell in because we had them. And I also put these buttons in. These are buttons right here, these packages, which you can get at Michael's still. Sorry, it's backwards on my monitor. These buttons here beads here are quite big, and they're perfect doorknobs. So, you know, what you need to do is to go to Michael's and or any other bead shop,
yeah.
and look for stuff that you might like. This one also has a little scissor at the top, that cute little charm.
Mm-hmm.
Those little brass charms are adorable, but they're still being sold. So
Yeah.
don't fear. Go out and get them. You may have to order them online. It's probably, you won't be able to find them in a regular bead shop, because I've been to a bead shop and they don't have nearly the same.
They don't nearly have the same type of thing.
No.
Yeah.
For some reason, they're just mainly aimed at jewelry.
Yeah.
Which,
that's right.
I get that, but I mean, there are other reasons to use beads.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have to complain a little.
I would say Michael's would be the best option for the buttons. Anyways.
For buttons, and you can look for buttons also online.
Yeah.
Just a huge quantity out there now, so many different kinds, and it's kind of fun to choose your own rather than depending on our suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Substitute.
Absolutely.
Hobby, there you go. Hobby Lobby has
that's
some
another
too.
one.
And
probably Joanne Fabrics would be another one.
Yep.
Let's see, what else would you have that we don't have up here? Probably those two.
And that is, of course, only in the States and Canada. I don't know what kind of craft store they have in Britain, Great Britain, but maybe Lynn has some idea. And there may be one that's kind of all across Britain as well. Who knows? There are online buttons as well, and most of the fun stuff are either the charms or the buttons. And beads you can pretty much find wherever you go. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing all of those gingerbread buildings. Is that all the gingerbread buildings there are?
I think we might have now shown all of them.
You think?
Yeah. Actually, we could pull out the gingerbread haunted house again.
No, I think we'll leave that.
Okay.
Maybe till next time.
Well, no, that's what I was meaning.
Okay, gotcha. Yes,
For,
we'll do
for
that
today,
next time.
that's all the gingerbread stuff we know.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So I do have a new pattern for this week's Stitch Along. But before we go into that, I'm wondering if it's time to show the last. We have like only about 5 or 6.
Not too many models left.
For our auction. And last week's auction really went well.
Absolutely.
There was someone who had bid it and won it, and it's being sent off to her, but a little later, unfortunately.
I'm a little behind schedule with packaging because of all the orders we've received. So, and I'm only one person. I work, I don't necessarily work really fast. So, but
Lisa works continuously.
Yeah.
This is what she does. Anyway, the other thing is we used to have 2 other people working in this office. And those 2 people, wonderful as they were, we had to lay off because we had stopped selling accessory packs. And that meant that our income went way down.
Yeah.
So we had to let go 2 of our staff, very lovely people. But in the meantime, sometimes when it gets busy, Lisa is completely overwhelmed because she's also doing bookwork. And she's also doing making kits, and she's also shipping, and she's doing everything, literally everything.
Layout of mini patterns, and so yes.
And the other problem is, of course, when people call, which they don't realize we're not a big place, and people have in mind that there must be 4 or 5 people working here at least, because we have a big presence on the web. But
I do feel like I'm 4 or 5 people sometimes.
She is actually, yeah. Anyway, so give her a little bit of patience and make sure that you will get your orders. They're all in line.
Absolutely.
And those of you who ordered last time, just after we did our Stitch Along Friday, the people that ordered right away after that are getting the Victoria's Sampler bag. They're also marked.
Yeah.
Because I went in and looked. It's just great what she's doing. Anyway, this is our auction piece. It's called Winter Garden. I'm going to show you a little bit up close. It's a cute little model which has its own beautiful bell pull, brass bell pull hardware, and it also has a really cute little scene, and of course it has a bell at the bottom. So this one is called Winter Garden, and I hope that you will enjoy bidding on this one. This is one of very few auction items left before they're all gone. I have kept, in my personal stash, I have kept every one of the models that we have, except I think we're missing 2 things.
Yeah, there are a couple of things on the list that I'm going, where's the model?
I think that she's got them in her home personally.
Yeah, no,
she took
I
them
don't
home.
think so. I mean, I might have one myself, but not the original.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Because I have stitched many, many, many designs.
She certainly has. And I'm so grateful, too, because that means that she loves Victoria Sampler stuff.
Absolutely.
It really is lovely. And we really do love each other, Dorothy.
Yeah.
Margaret says, when stitching on 28 count linen, do you use 1 strand or 2 strands of thread when stitching, for example, cross stitch? Well, I usually use 2 strands.
2 strands for
of regular floss or silk floss, for sure.
For cross stitch.
But remember, there is no hard and fast policeman rule. Okay, so if you decide I'm going to stitch with 1 strand and I'm going to see what it looks like, feel free to test it out on a scrap of paper or scrap of linen. I'm sorry, and have a look yourself to see what do you like. Because, all of this idea that you have to do it with 2 strands is not really true. Yeah. It's just that it does provide good coverage and will also give you a good result for any of the judged contests that you might enter. Because as soon as you lay those 2 strands side by side and you form your cross like this perfectly, and every cross is crossed perfectly, it's harder to do with 3 or and it makes no sense with 1. I mean, you're just laying it. Yeah. So I find that the coverage is pretty good with most of the flosses that I've used with 2 strands on 28 count. However, if you're stitching with number 8 braid or number 12, no, more like number 8 pearl cotton, just 1 strand will do. Yeah. Okay, and here is the beginning of I call it our October design because, of course, mainly it's going to be released in October. I didn't make a mistake this time and release the entire thing like I did for September. And honestly, I'm sure it was because I was drugged, truly, because I mean, I had to go through the operation, and then I started putting out these patterns, and I thought, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'll just put all of September up. Duh.
Painkillers don't necessarily make for good thought process.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, this is what you get for the beginning. And as you can see, there's diamond eyelets at the top with some more partial diamond eyelets. And at the back, you'll see up to Wednesday to Thursday, which most people have, if they're caught up, they will have finished Thursday, and that's how it shows where that band belongs. So that's going to be posted very soon. Yeah. I was thinking with floss. Thank you for your answer. You're welcome, Margaret. Any other questions, you guys? Remember to save them up for our live show here. Thank you so much for joining us. I think we're at the end of our day.
I think so. It's already 10:30. Wow, that went fast.
You know what that means.
Yeah, it's time for me to get busy with other things.
It also means we have to say goodbye. Yeah. I'm wishing all of you on the Eastern Seaboard much good health, and hopefully you're all safe.
Safety. Take time to stitch and relax.
See you next week.
Until next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.